other guy we haven't touched on of late, mostly because like same old shit, right? He's a G. Everyone knows it. Jesper Wallstedt. He actually just got reassigned back to the AHL for their training camp recently. Of course, some people were shocked by this notion. I know most
were people really
weren't.
Is that real?
It's probably fake outrage, to be honest. Not outrage. Outrage is the wrong word. I'm overstating it, but like people are like, weird, sending another young player down to let old people play. Cool.
I mean, whatever. Yeah. I guess I'd start it off by saying he was unbelievable. Like, he was so good in the preseason games that were streamed, which is like one.
God damn it.
I think. I don't know. I'm just going off whatever else to say it because I couldn't fucking watch it. We need the Frozen Frenzy, whatever. Listen, if Fleury was not signed for one more year, if he wasn't around, I think, yes, could he play? Yeah, of course he could. But like last year, he was an absolute monster in the AHL. Now you're not depending on the kid to come into the NHL and split time with Gustafsson, or like if because who knows, like obviously Gustafsson put up Vezina numbers this season. We'll see if he can replicate it or just put up starting goaltender on a playoff team's numbers again, which I think he obviously will. I'm very confident in that because I think he's a legit fucking goalie. But now you're not like running into the thing where, like, let's say Gustafsson hits like a slump for a month or two. You're like, oh shit. Yes, but your time now, bro. Take this.
For real though. So injury aside, because that's obviously one thing. Can you see a world where Wallstedt is called up not just for a spot start, right? Like I'm talking like called up for the remainder of the year at any point. Like, does that make any sense given the two goalies that we have? And of course,
I think when you look at the two goalies that are here, let's say like things go to hell, I could see a world where you call Wallstedt up, like let's see. I have one bar, and I don't even know if you can hear me. But I could see it because of how good he is. And I get it every time I talk about how good he is. It's because of the way he plays, how he approaches the game, how he plays goaltender. I could see a world where like you're calling him up, like, let's see how he does here. And he just lights it up. You're like, oh, okay, let's see how he does next game. And he just keeps doing it. I could see a world where because of how good he is, and for my money, he's the best goaltending prospect on the planet. I could see a world where he just like, you're sitting there like Fleury. You're like in the wind, like January, you're sitting there like, man, Fleury is just not had it the whole season. Like at no point has he like been up to it. And then you call Wallstedt up and he does his thing, and he is just like, you can't justify not having him there. I could see that scenario playing out where it's like, okay, well now he's here and then we can't send him back down.
Now I gotta ask, this isn't a criticism at all, but I'm genuinely curious. How does a goalie like light it up? As you said, like that, just like you said it and I'm like, wait, is he scoring another goal? Like what is lighting it up for a goalie?
Yeah. So, and like it's different with Wallstedt too, where it's just like, if he's sitting in there, he's giving up 0 or 1 or 2 goals, but he's facing 30, 35, 40 shots and he's just making it look easy. That's where I'm like, oh, he just knows where the puck is. Like you can see it, like it's so different. It's hard to gauge. And this is why figuring out exactly how good goalies are at such a young age, like when it's a kid that looks like at his best, like how Fleury looks, where he's like flopper, like, I don't know if this is good or not, but like, this is cool. Meanwhile, Wallstedt's just like in the crease reading, like he's just, it looks different where he's always poised wherever like shots are coming from. They're just like hitting them. And like, he's not sprawling out, diving left and right, like fish in the crease. You know what I mean? Like he's just like eating pucks, and then wherever he is, that's where pucks are just hitting him. That's when, for me, I'm like, oh, he's just at this point reading the game. He knows exactly where the play is at, where the pucks are coming from, where they're going to come from. And that for me is when Wallstedt's like, he's just in the zone. And again, like I talked about this it was last year with fucking Wallstedt. The first 4 games of the AHL, this fucking poor bastard couldn't catch a break. Like he technically was like 2-1, where like he was making like 40 saves, and then I will never forgive what's his face in the back end there in Iowa, who literally took him out in overtime. It was unbelievable.
Damn, what's his face?
He's still there. It's whatever, doesn't matter. But he took him out in
Doesn't matter.
overtime. Penalty shot in overtime. Robbed the kid. Unbelievable.